India is the largest democracy in the world. Democracy is a system where a country's citizens choose their representative, and these representatives constitute a legislative body called Parliament. Parliament makes laws for the whole country. It is the supreme lawmaking body in the country. Today, we'll have a mock parliament session to incite you about the procedure and proceedings of the parliament. Our students of Nanjil Catholic CBSE school are here to enact parliamentary proceedings and show you how members of parliament discuss issue and how bills are moved and passed. I welcome you all to the students' parliamentary session. Let's witness the proceedings of the parliament.
Honorable Speaker is coming. Honorable Speaker is coming.
Honorable members, a very good morning to you all. I am glad to welcome you all to this parliament session. I hope this session will be a fruitful one. Let's begin this session with the questionnaire. Question 101. Tasmia, you can raise your question.
மாண்புமிகு தலைவர் அவர்களே, கிரிக்கெட் மாதிரியான விளையாட்டுகளில் அதிக பாலின வேறுபாடு இருக்கிறது. 25% ஆண்களுடன் ஒப்பிடும்போது 15% பெண்கள் மட்டும்தான் விளையாட்டில் பங்கேற்கிறாங்க. இருந்தாலும் கபடிக்கு வரும்போது சின்ன மாற்றம் இருக்கிறது. 15% ஆண்களும் 11% பெண்களும் விளையாட்டில் பங்கேற்கிறாங்க. இதுவரை நடந்து வருகிற விளையாட்டு போட்டிகளில் ஆண்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும் ரூபாய் பரிசை விட பெண்களுக்கு குறைவாக தான் கிடைக்கிறது. விளையாட்டு போட்டிகளில் பெண்களின் பங்களிப்பு குறைவாக இருப்பதற்கு என்ன காரணம்? விளையாட்டு போட்டிகளில் ஏன் பெண்களுக்கு பாகுபாடு காட்டப்படுகிறது?
Honorable Sports Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, around 9.5 crores has been released by our Indian government for the participation of women in various levels. The Khelo Indian Act has showed that how much of the percentage of women that has been participated in the women still now. The act that has been scheduled by our Indian government is National Policy of 2001 as National Sports Policy in 2011. This had a great impact in our social economy. Our Indian government has released many funds for the participation of women in various levels. They are from 2020 to 2021, 2.34 crores, and from 2021 to 2022, within 5 crores. Further, they have established many special acts for this. The Sports Authority of India has been established NCOE, that is National Center of Excellence, and SPI training centers has been established in our Indian country to promote the women for various levels.
Any supplementary questions?
Honorable Speaker, what is the reason behind the poor performance of India in Olympics? And what are the steps that have been taken for this issue? If not, tell me what are the steps that can be taken for the poor performance of India in Olympics?
Honorable Sports Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, it is desirable to speak about our Indian team in the past few years until now. The Rio 2016 Olympics has a great significance in the women empowerment that our Indian women medalists are PV Sindhu and Marci Shalik were the only women medalists in our Indian team. The 2016 has been a great impact in our social economy, and moreover, this situation is worse due to COVID-19 cases. Though many national events were even called off, Indian athletics foreign trainings were even cancelled too. These problems lead to a great impact in our social economy, so many particulars were not able to participate in Indian Olympics. The percentage of medal has been decreased to 0.008% till now. This issue can be solved by implementing many sufficient sports law in our country so that every participant is also able to be active in every countries.
Question 102. Aisha, you can raise your question.
मानसा स्पीकर, हालिया बस रूम में बेहतारी के बुनियादी उत्तर प्रदेश की उत्तर प्रदेश प्राइमरी स्कूल को बुनियादी नीचे और सहूलियत के अभी चैलेंजेस फेस करना है। बहुत स्कूल में साफ पानी और रूबी तखाले जैसे बुनियादी में कमी है। इसके अलावा में स्कूल में क्लासरूम्स और तदरीस इमले के पास कमी है। आप इसके वक्त क्या कहते हैं?
Honorable Education Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, one of the reasons for this problem is a lack of quality of teachers. In rural areas, about 69% of schools are in the lack of teacher. In most of the rural schools, the teachers are appointed only when it's necessary and not permanently. This problem can be solved when the teachers are appointed permanently, and not for the necessary times. So, my request is to appoint the teachers permanently.
Question 103. Joshan, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, recent report says that animals, birds and human beings are harmed by the usage of 5G technology. By seeing the consequences, many other countries had banned their usage. But in our country, Bharat Airtel and Reliance Jio are using 5G technology. Can you tell me the reason behind this, or they are not considering the life of our people?
Honorable Science and Technology Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, the only reason behind giving permission to these companies to implement 5G technology in India is to develop our nation. While there has not been any direct evidence to suggest that 5G technology give harm to animals and birds, several studies and surveys prove that 5G technology could not be harmful for animals and birds. The Norway is the only country that provides 8G technology. In India, the present prevailing technology is 4G. It provides us 25 Mbps of data transfer and 600 MHz of radio frequency. The upcoming technology 5G provides us 200 to 400 Mbps of data transfer and 52 MHz of radio frequency. As compared to 4G, 5G is 20 times better than 4G.
Any supplementary questions?
Honorable Speaker, mobile towers emit harmful electromagnetic radiations and the globally permissible safe limit of radiation level is 0.5 millivolts as per the meter square. In India, this level is barely surpassed to reach 900 times higher in 2023, according to the report in Hindustan Time.
Honorable Science and Technology Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, I had read this message before. I think that the MB had not read the newspaper properly, because the place where they had taken the survey is in Karunagapalli, is a place in Kerala where high radiation is recorded because of the presence of granite mountains. We know that granite is a material that can expose radiations because it contains radioactive decayed products like uranium and thorium. I sure that the limit of electromagnetic waves is limited in India. The 5G technology is essential for growing countries like India.
Question 104. Jasho, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, are the colleges providing sufficient knowledge to the students? If yes, then why a lot of graduates are unemployed? How could this condition be improved?
Honorable Education Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, there is a project introduced by Indian government, the National Career Service, in which the graduates can apply for a job. The percentage of unemployed graduates in 2019 to 2020, 2020 to 2021, 2021 to 2022 is 17.2 percentage, 15.5 percentage and 14.7 percentage respectively. This data shows that the unemployed graduates are decreasing. So, if all the graduates make use of this platform, this condition could be improved.
Question 105. Anandi, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, there has been a great increase in usage of hospitals in urban areas as compared to those in rural areas. As it is considered to have a better infrastructure and adequate health facilities for the better access of the people, even with the demand of high cost, the rural population of the country is far higher than the urban population. The percentage of rural population in India according to 2022 census is 64.13%. The rural population, there are about 1,57,101 sub-centers, 24,140 primary health centers and 5,481 community health centers which are situated in rural areas. Out of this, 186 hospitals are closed. Has there been any measures taken to improve the infrastructure of hospitals and health centers for the better access of the people from rural and remote areas?
Honorable Health Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, it is usually considered that urban hospitals have better health facilities and infrastructure as compared to those in rural areas. This is mainly due to the decreased number of healthcare facilities available in rural areas. But the government has initiated many schemes to increase the facilities provided here. Even though healthcare is a subject of state importance, the government of India has initiated many schemes. One such scheme is the National Health Mission, which is a noteworthy scheme initiated by the government. It contains two submissions under it: National Rural Health Mission and National Urban Health Mission. Under this, National Rural Health Mission provides financial and technical support to rural and remote areas of the country to increase the healthcare facilities provided here. And this scheme contains many sub-schemes under it, such as JSSK, Janani Suraksha Yojana, and the National Immunization Program. All these are available to all the people, irrespective of the cost. Another scheme initiated by the government of India is Ayushman Bharat Yojana. It is a healthcare scheme initiated by the government so that every single people of India can get access to good healthcare facilities. It also includes economically challenged and those below poverty line and those in rural areas. It also gives special significance to tertiary and secondary healthcare facilities. It also provides infrastructure and facilities so that government hospitals can be better than any other hospital in such areas. These schemes have led to infrastructural development and many other developments. The government has also initiated 1,350 medical packages that covers daycare treatments, hospitalization, and even surgeries. These have improved the access of common people to hospitals.
Question 106. Ovyash, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, the G20 summit in Delhi is not just about economics and policy. The summit has become more than just a platform to discuss about global economic issues. In fact, it has transformed into a wide display of India's rich cultural heritage. India does not hold any cultural event to showcase the beauty of culture to the people, but they have showcased the beauty of India's diverse culture to the international leaders. Why?
Honorable Cultural Affairs Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, I completely agree that the G20 summit in Delhi had transformed into a vibrant display of India's diverse culture and heritage. A world full of experiences reflecting India's rich culture had been set up at the Bharat Mandapam for the G20 guests. The cultural corridor at Bharat Mandapam is a showcase of art in every form. It cannot be said that India does not hold any cultural event, because the ministry has been spending a considerable amount of time and effort for the following events which took place and is going to take place in the year 2023. International Museum Expo 2023 and World Food India 2023. It is not really easy to put the whole country together for just the sake of a cultural event. But our country has succeeded in making it numerous times, irrespective of the vast and diverse population. Still, the government has been making considerable efforts to organize such events. The Ministry of Culture has always wanted to exhibit the diverse and vast beauty of our country to the world. We had created the One District, One Product initiative in the G20 summit to exhibit the grandeur of India to the international leaders. Rather than waiting for a cultural event, let's take pride for the opportunity which was given for us to showcase the cultural beauty of our country in the G20 summit amidst all those international leaders. An allocation of rupees 3,399.65 crore has been made by the government to the Ministry of Culture, and a special allocation of rupees 22.55 crore has been made to lead the G20 summit in 2023. We can definitely expect a good sum of allocation for organizing events in the future after the massive success of G20 summit.
Question 107. Aisha, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, despite improvement in infrastructure and facilities in primary school, the Indian government's strong commitment to universal education, India continues to have one of the lowest female literacy rate in Asia. In 1991, fewer than 40% of India's 330 women aged 7 and above were educated, implying that over 200 women were remaining illiterate today. What about gender equity in education in India?
Honorable Education Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, the percentage of female literacy in India is 14.4% in 2010 and 91.95% in 2021. This shows that the education for girls were increased. The Beti Padhao scheme focuses on ensuring the protection and education for the girl child. This scheme was introduced by Indian government to avoid gender equality in school. The overall goal of this scheme is to celebrate the girl and enable her education.
Question 108. Srikanth, you can raise your question.
ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട പ്രഭാഷകൻ തിരുവനന്തപുരത്തെ കാസർഗോഡുമായി ബന്ധിപ്പിക്കുന്ന സിൽവർ ലൈൻ പദ്ധതി തണ്ണീർത്തടങ്ങളുടെയും നെൽവയലുകളുടെയും കുന്നുകളുടെയും ഇടയെ വലിയ പാരിസ്ഥിതികവും സമൂഹമായ ആഘാതം സൃഷ്ടിക്കുകയും 30,000-ലധികം കുടുംബങ്ങളെ മാറ്റിപ്പാർപ്പിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും. പ്രതിഷേധങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടും പദ്ധതി നടത്തുന്നതിൽ കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാർ ഉറച്ചു നിൽക്കുന്നത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്?
Honorable Environment and Forest Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, the project that the MP is opposing has some complicities in it, as nothing in the world is completely perfect. Silver Line will bring remarkable changes in the local commute by improving the travel time and the quality of transportation. There will be a clear reduction in road accidents due to the decongestion of roads. Silver Line also provides more exposure to public transportation. It also increases business opportunities as the transportation of raw materials and products will occur in less than 4 hours. It reaches all the districts of Kerala within the shortest period of time. It is safe, fast and comfortable mode of transportation. According to statistics during 2011 to 2017, around 600 kidney patients, I repeat, around 600 kidney patients had died due to the delay in the transportation of kidney. This can be overcome by the Silver Line project, which will reach all its destination within 4 hours. Though it may concern environment and public, we will ensure to take appropriate measures to have less impact on nature and provide residence to all the citizens.
Question 109. Ethan Spellman, you can raise your question. Question 110. Jeevana Singh, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, non-renewable resources, mainly fossil fuels, are continuously being used by peoples and industries in India. So does the government have any ways to reduce this scenario? Also, fossil fuel combustion in India is responsible for about 7% of global carbon dioxide emission. What does the ministry answer about this?
Honorable Environment and Forest Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, in the last United Nations General Assembly, the world countries are asked to reduce the fuel protection by 6% in order to reduce the global temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius. In the United Nations Climate Change Conference, the world's largest economies have pledged to reach zero net emissions by 2050. Since it will be difficult for the government to maintain the needs of corporate industries and common people in India, the ministry has made a clear transition to clean gas by which we can overcome the use of non-fossil fuels. Though it is complicated to accomplish, the government is trying its very best to make it possible. The Energy Conservation Bill 2022, which make the use of clean energy mandatory, allows the use of non-fossil fuels such as biomass, ethanol, along with the usage of green hydrogen and green ammonia. The National Green Hydrogen Mission, by which India can become the leading producer and supplier of green hydrogen in the world, will help India's dependency on fossil fuels for the production of electricity generation. In 2014, Government of India launched the solar park scheme, by which a number of solar parks had been set up in several states of India. The solar energy is the best way to reduce the fossil fuel production, by which India can achieve its net zero emission.
Question 111. Calvin, you can raise your question.
Honorable Speaker, last year you said that 24 species of new trees were recovered through their DNA. Within 4 months, around 1 lakh sapling would be planted across the country. Where are those trees?
Honorable Science and Technology Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, our duty is to regenerate the extinct trees and keep them in a nursery about a month. After that, we had planted some more trees in government hospitals, schools, and some churches, temples, and mosques. So the chance of cutting those trees is getting reduced. After that, we had gave the responsibility of maintaining those trees to the State Environment Minister.
Ishana, you can present the public bill.
Honorable Speaker, our government have planned to develop the tourist spots all over our country in the name of ecotourism. The spots are seashores, hill station and deserts. Seashores will be developed in the coastal states Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Goa, Maharashtra, Odisha and West Bengal. And the coastal union territories Puducherry, Lakshadweep, Daman and Diu and Andaman and Nicobar Islands were to be developed. 2 tourist places from each state and union territories will be selected for development. The Indian states that contain Himalayan mountains were to be developed for hill station, and the states are Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Tripura and Sikkim and Assam. From each state, 2 hill stations will be selected for development. 2 deserts from the each state of Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana will be selected for development. So, in total, 58 tourist locations were identified for development. These development will be done in the total cost of 580 crores. The whole project will be owned and developed by our tourism department. Infrastructure facilities such as connecting roads from nearby airports and railway station will be done by using this fund. 10% of the fund will be used for promotion. The special attention will be made for promoting these ecotourism spots. So, Honorable Speaker, I request you to pass this bill in the Parliament. Thank you.
You can raise your support.
Honorable Speaker, I support this bill. It provides employment to a large number of Indians and it provides revenue to our nation. It helps in cultural exchange. It attracts both domestic and international tourists towards India. It helps in improvement of our nation.
You can raise your opposition.
Honorable Speaker, I oppose the proposed bill because if tourist regions were developed around the Himalayas, then the people who comes to visit these regions would get harm due to the falling of glaciers or snow on them. The Himalayan region are also prone to earthquake and landslide. In Uttar Pradesh, over 380 people died due to the landslide of 1998. Thus, the development of tourism around these regions would result in anthropogenic pressures and loss of money.
General Secretary, lay the bill on the table. Janilia, you can present the private bill.
Honorable Speaker, in our country, the violence against women is been increasing for the past 20 years. As per the results of the survey, more than 30% of married women, 16% of older women, and 57.4% of children, especially of 12 to 17 years old, are facing mental and physical abuse each year. According to the research data, Delhi is seen as the most unsafe place for women in India. More than 10,000 crimes have been filed in this year on the nation's capital. Even though there are more specific laws for women, such as the Dowry Prohibition Act, Protection of Women from the Domestic Violence Act 2005, but still, violence against women is a leading and major problem in India. This was the condition faced by women in India, but this condition was more worse in socially and economically less group. The tribal women are facing lot of difficulty. The NCRB reported case of crime against scheduled tribe women stood at 15%, over 1,324 cases of the total case reported. Cases of rape, attempt to rape stood at 26.8% for more than 2,364 cases. Tribal women have no safety in their working places. So I demand this bill, Protection of Scheduled Tribe Women over the Violence Act. This will ensure their safety and the welfare of tribal women. Thank you, sir.
You can raise your support.
Honorable Speaker, in India, tribal feminism is divided by mere denomination and unite by equality. The idea is to attain equality in public spheres and equal acknowledgement in personal spheres. Empowerment of women in tribal does not only mean economic liberalization, but also opportunities, right to decision, making and access to education, health services and information. Often it is seen that tribal women living in the outskirts does not have the right to step outside their house. Mostly they do not have personal incomes and they live in the poverty level 10. Tribal people residing in the areas pursue diverse low-level activities to fulfilling their basic needs. Mostly they are involved in agricultural activities. Also, women are always suppressed under men, and this situation should be overcome, mainly in tribal areas. So, Honorable Speaker, I support this bill.
You can raise your opposition.
Honorable Speaker, this bill cannot be implemented in the society. If this bill is implemented, it creates national men's strike. Nowadays, women are getting extreme freedom comparing to men. Men do not get equal position as women deserve in this society. So, if this bill is accepted, it creates imbalance in this society.
General Secretary, lay the bill on the table. We can discuss about these bills in the next parliament session. The House is adjourned.